About preventative maintenance and the really good training and medical staffs, and most of those in the NBA are excellent. Do a good job of the preseason work, the conditioning work, the customizing of routines of weightlifting and recovery for each player. And then it's a matter of the player following the protocols and his particular program so that you fight off injury. And if you do get injured, it typically isn't, you're not out for extended periods of time. So, and then the emphasis on rest cannot be overstated. Teams are doing a much better job at managing the bodies of their players.
Now the starting group for the visitors. The monster out there with Paul. Then there's Shake and Bake. Then there's Skinny. And it's Welch in at the shooting guard. Here's Reeves. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Miami, and he gets the bucket.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Big Dog, the pass to Black. Here's Paul, and finished off by Paul.
Good job putting the pass in front of him, throwing it where he's supposed to be, not where he is, paving the way right to the bucket.
Pass to Money. There's the triple. No good that time. Money's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Here's Vaughn. And a miss there on the triple. Gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Reeves. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. King outside. Here's Martin. 2 on the clock. Takes the 13-footer, and it's good. 2 points.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, and I think all credit goes to that being just good offense. I mean, those are the kind of shots they want, and they got them.
And that one is good.
Boy, I like how fast, how quickly he went up with the shot, realizing that his man had no chance.
Here's Money, defended by Paul. Here's Reeves. 14 feet away. It's rebounded by Garrett. Gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Pass to Paul. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, to the middle, picked off in midair. Here's Reeves. Here's Meredith. Offline with his 3.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
The score now all even.
Great job getting to the right spot on the court. Beautiful passing all the way around.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Back to King. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Here's Martin. And that one ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
And taking a look at some numbers for Black, he's really stood out for them over the past month. He's around 10 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Here's Money. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Here's Reeves. Black grabs the board. Gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Welch. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
You know, the defense knew how to play at that time. Liked how they made their presence felt without committing the foul.
Now here's King. No points in the game yet for him. To stop the drought. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Well, it definitely was a disappointing part of his game this year. Not the numbers he was hoping for from the stripe.
He's off on the first. Second free throw, no good. Here's Garrett taking a look at his stats. He's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Reeves. Back to King. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
A moment here to look at the numbers for money. How his last 10 games have gone. 12th in assists, 15th in steals, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And he really is the consummate playmaker. Always keeping his head on a swivel. Searching for the open man. Completely unselfish basketball player. And the first one drops. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Big Dog. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Fires the three. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. Gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. The pass to Money. King inside. Tries again. It's rebounded by Garrett. Gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Here's Welch. The quick look, no good that time.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Up top, King. They get a hand on it. Here's Big Dog. Pass to Vaughn from outside the arc. Here's Black. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
That free throw, no good. Mark, you played some tremendous talent at the forward position. As you go back in your Rolodex, who was the toughest matchup for you?
Well, I look at some of the names of guys that I played against. Mark Aguirre, Larry Bird, obviously Kevin McHale in Boston. Calvin Nat was terrific with Portland at the time. Marcus Johnson in Milwaukee. Bernard King in New York probably was the toughest guy I had to deal with because he was such an animal and beast as a scorer and was relentless in his movement without the ball. He was probably the hardest guy I had to check.
Boy, some great names there.
Yeah, big-time scores at that forward position.
Here's Vaughn. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Raptors in Toronto. 5 on the clock. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford gave me a few minutes before the game. And with this team, it's all about getting out in transition and using their team speed. He said, look, if we get a rebound, we got to be off to the races. This has to be a track meet. So we may have a wild one tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. Now here's Paul. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. The feed to Black. They could use a bucket. Drained for 2 points. Black's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Here's Money. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Gone 0 of 4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Vaughn kicks to Paul. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Money. He's got 5. Martin's in the post. Peterson grabs the miss. Being well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Here's Vaughn. Off target from three-point range.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Money. Right side, Martin. Over Vaughn. They get the rebound, and he goes in for the dunk.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean
Yeah.
dunk that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumper. This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless.
Inside, Martin, and finished off by Martin.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Paul. Here's Peterson. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Peterson's got his first 2 points.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Here's Geiger. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, Graham with the rebound.
Just testing out the cannon on that misfire.
That certainly was a deep one. I mean, maybe move in a little bit next time. There's no such thing as a 4-point line.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignite.
Martin with the bucket.
Boy, I really like the way he's stroking the ball. I mean, knocking down a bunch of his shots and really being efficient.
Paul against Burks. Paul kicks to Black. 1 second left. That shot no good. And so it's the home team heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Here's Paul. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. We've got B-Train. Mr. Moves out there with Little General. Then there's Shake and Bake, and it's Graham in at the 1 spot. Fires from 14. Yep, that one goes in there.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Here's Geiger. Over to the wing. Clayton, the pass to Cage. 6 to shoot. Three-pointer on the way. He doesn't hit that one. And poorly, just 35% so far. Here's Graham, defended by Geiger. Outside Conley. Paul outside. Off the left rim and out.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Clayton. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Conley. Over in the corner, Paul. 13 feet away. Paul can't get that one to fall. Gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Step back shot. A nice shot by Geiger. Geiger's got his first basket of the night.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Conley's shot is off.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Cage passes to Geiger. To the middle. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. To the paint. Here's Boone. Pass to Peterson. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Geiger. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Kings checked in for Burks.
What's up?
Free throw, no good for Geiger. Head coaches obviously get the attention in all sports, Clark, but the assistants also play very big roles. How do you build chemistry as a coaching staff?
You know, I've never coached, but I've watched a lot of coaches. I think first and foremost, you appreciate your assistant coaches, and then you give them room to grow and develop as coaches. And you share with them the building of the team and the coaching of the team. And that, to me, I think, if you serve your assistant coaches as they're serving you, I think that's how you build the best chemistry.
And loyalty's got to be big among that group on that sideline, doesn't it? Loyal to each other.
Big time. Loyalty to one another, and then also a common focus on really serving the players to the best of their ability collectively.
Gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Paul. Gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Garrett misses the step-back jump shot. Gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Takes the 13-footer, and the shot no good, a bit short. Hitting a low 30% mark from the field. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Now here's King. Pass to Geiger. That's miss number 3 for him. Now 2 for 5 from the floor. To the middle. Here's Boone. Battles through traffic and lays it in. V-Train's got his first basket.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
The pass to Thunder. Inside. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Passes it to Boone. Here's Big Dog. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Toronto.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the stripe a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Here's the waiter. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Poked away. King outside. Pass to Thunder. A 15-footer. Good work defensively by Conley. Gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And Garrett kicks to Paul. Here's Big Dog. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. 5 on the clock. From past the arc. Misses for the 5th time this game. Mark him at 1 for 6.
I mean, his field goal percentage isn't good. He's not helping his team out there shooting this poorly.
Here's King. Kept alive. Second chance shot. Paul with the defensive effort.
Excellent concentration from the D. Intimidated the shooter, bothered him, distracted him, and made him think twice as he went in for that layup.
Here's Geiger. 6 points for him. And there's the pass to Clayton. King, the pass to Thunder. And taken away by Paul. There's B-Train. Out to the right wing. Paul kicks to Boone. Pass to Conley. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup. B-Train's got his second bucket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Washington. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. 10 games behind. Gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Money. 5 points in the game. Misses the step-back jump shot.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Here's the waiter. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Money. And he overshot that one, missing.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. But they need him to find his rhythm soon.
Can't tie it up as that one's no good. 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. Pass to Clayton. Shot clock at 6. Here's Money. Fades away. Conley grabs the miss. Conley's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Vaughn for 3. Reeves with the rebound. And Portland just 35% so far. A minute 42 left to play in the first half. Misses and the dry spell continues. All up top. He had 10 points in the win against Toronto. Here's Welch. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. We've got 1:13 left here in the second. Money passes to Cage. The pass to Reeves. Over Conley. Reeves can't hit. Gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Here's Vaughn. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Welch. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Money passes to Reeves. And it's Martin missing. A tight game here in Denver. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
I love that, Greg. You got to do that away from home. It shows how connected they are with one another playing that way, and excellent chemistry.
Here's the waiter. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Passes it to Money. They need this one. No good. Shot missing. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. Taking a look at this home squad. Kenny?
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
Well, as we know, it's always a good idea to pound the ball into the paint. So many defensive game plans are focused just on stopping the three. When you hurt a team down low, they got to react. That allows you to play inside out. Trust me, I have the blueprint. I own the blueprint. I created the blueprint. Inside, kick it back out, shoot the three. Rick Fox, B. Shaw, and big shot, Bob for three. The crowd go crazy. I know you remember that, Ernie.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Look at Tiny. He's been really playing well.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Martin is out there with baddest one, and there's Money. Then it's King, and it's Reeves in at the 3 slot. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. Here's Vaughn for the lead. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
Kevin, I like the defense there. I mean, they didn't make that easy, and he definitely seemed intimidated by the defenders.
Pass to Reeves. King outside. Pass to Reeves. Over Vaughn. It's good from in time.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Here's Reeves. The pass to Money. Over Vaughn. Reeves gets the bucket. Reeves has got his second basket.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Here's Big Dog. 5 points in the game. Vaughn kicks to Black. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Big Dog. How his last 10 games have gone. 11th in three-point field goal percentage, 12th in shooting percentage, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And no one's been able to guard him out there. Defender's been trying to get physical with him, but time and time again, he just shrugs him off and drills it. First free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Passes it to Money. A 3-ball. Knocks down the 3-ball. Money's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
.153 left in the fourth. Here's Vaughn. Geiger with the rebound. Geiger's got his 8th rebound here tonight. We've got Mr. Moves. Big Dog is out there with Vaughn. Then there's Shake and Bake, and it's Paul in at the 3. Bounce pass from Burks. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Geiger. Shoots from 14. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. And he converts the layup.
Is it getting dark in here? Because if not, it's time to turn the lights out.
They're out already. I mean, give them a ton of credit for the job they did here today. Really impressive.
Pass to Welch. Right at the free throw line. Geiger with the rebound. There's 45 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Burks. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Geiger. Back to Burks. Stolen. Pushing it up. Here's Vaughn. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And the technical free throw is good. Here's Money. And so the home crowd treated to a win. Some good competition.